Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch House of the Dragon. I have legal else. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 4. Already the Episode 4 of this Season 1. That's cool, guys. That's really cool. You know, already at the beginning of the Episode 1, I told you this show, it's a spin-off, okay, of Game of Thrones, but it's a show for itself. We have to consider that they're going to take time to create situations, to create stories, to create characters and all. So we have to consider that, to not be too excited, too impatient for them to do something great. And something great might happen end of the episode 3, episode 4, something like that, like for the rhythm of the season 1 and for also fitting with the expectations of the fans, they can do something like that. I was so right! You know, when it's happening like that, I love to say it, that I was right. Don't worry, I'm saying it also when I'm wrong, but right there I was right. Really, the end of the episode 3, I'm still amazed by it, I'm still impressed by it, I'm still in love with that moment, not with the guy, not with Daemon. I'm not someone who is falling in love so easily with characters. Give me more credit. Like on my channel, I think that you can say that I'm in love with Iroh, which is an uncle, you know, an old uncle in Avatar The Last Airbender, and with Levi in Attack on Titan. But that's all, you know, for characters that I love, truly love, you know. Because for sure, I love Daemon, I love Rhaenyra into House of the Dragon, but I love them for the characters that they are, you know, for what they represent, and also for what they're gonna be, what they're gonna do next, because we can already feel that they're gonna be developed, you know, through time. Not only because we know already that we're gonna have another big time jump, I don't know when it's gonna be. You know me, you know that I watch only one trailer for this season, that I didn't make any researches and all to be surprised by what would happen into this season 1. I was already surprised to have at the beginning of each episode, you know, episode 2, episode 3, we had a time jump already of 6 months, and after that of more than 2 years, you know, 3 years. So big time jumps each time, and this episode 4 I'm expecting another time jump. Is it gonna be the last one? Is it gonna be the one to have the new casting? I don't know for now. I would appreciate it, in fact, you know, to have that big time jump right now, because I said it, you know, to have time jumps like that at the beginning of each episode, I understand why, you know, because the writers, they want to take us to the point that they want, but at the same time, it's a little rough for the viewers because of that, to get attached and connect really with the characters, because at the beginning of each episode, we are discovering new characters. We are discovering characters who changed, situations which changed, and because of that, the characters, they evolved, they are not in the same mood. So because of that, it's a little more difficult to connect really with the characters. So at some point, we need to stop that, to stop all of these time jumps. So the sooner it's gonna be, the better. So that's why maybe this episode 4, or at least the episode 5, you know, the middle of the season, it would be great to have that big time jump, the final one, so we can really, you know, be okay with the rest of the season and enjoy it without having all of these time jumps each time. I was saying at the beginning that I truly loved the end of this episode 3, Daemon. That was truly epic, that moment, that fight, and I said it during the review, and I saw that some of you appreciated that thought. You know, it's not a theory, it's more a thought, and I think a good way to analyze the last episode. The fact that they really put in parallel Daemon and the king, the fact that into all of the episode 3, the king, we can see that he's weak, like the only thing that he's preoccupied by is to kill a deer, and he's not even hunting that deer, they are offering that deer to him, and he has issues to kill it. It's still bothering me. When Daemon, on the contrary, it has been 3 years now that he's fighting with someone and he's not giving up and he's still there and he doesn't want any help, and at the end he has that brave move on his own, that plan, and he succeeds. Like, truly, it's two things to put in parallel, you know, two characters that they put in parallel. One who is not involved into the war, who has issues to kill only a deer. That deer, to kill it, he needs someone to offer him that deer, when for Daemon, during 3 years he fought on his own. He doesn't want any help. He is brave, he's killing people, a lot of them, all alone. He's making this plan, like, who is the true fighter, who is the true leader, who can be a real king. With these two characters, you're gonna vote for Daemon at the end of the episode 3. So really, it was a good parallel made by the writers during the last episode. For sure, we had also Rhaenyra and the fact that no one is considering her as the true heir. Everyone thinks that the new little prince should be the true heir. One is also suggesting for Rhaenyra to marry her own brother, Neo. And you know, episode 2, who is gonna marry the king? Episode 3, who is gonna marry Rhaenyra? And at the end, the king is choosing to not choose and to let her choose, in fact, who she's gonna marry, but she has to marry. That's the lesson. Like, it was also the lesson for him at the end of the episode 2. You have to marry, but at least you can choose who you're gonna marry. I think that she's gonna marry Sir Criston. I think that it was his name, because all of the other ones, poor girl, she didn't connect with any of them. She connected a little with him. That can be a good option, you know, for her. At least someone who seems respectful, who seems to be really, like, honored at first, you know, that she chose him as a soldier, as a fighter, so he can be a good companion for her. Her dad told her that, no, not told her, promised her that she's gonna stay the heir. Is it gonna be the case or not? I don't know, but when you make a promise like that, you should keep it. I'm really worried for him to not keep it. We'll see. For Alicent, already 2 kids, one already born, one coming. She seems to be a good queen in the way that she's giving good advices to the king, the ones that she chose to tell him. She still has dad, you know, pressuring her. It's bothering me. I really hope that at some point she's gonna tell him to go fuck himself. We'll see about it. And we have that thing about the fact that she has to think about her kids, about placing well her kids, maybe as the new heir. For now, she seemed, you know, like she tried to have still a good relationship with Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra was denying her, you know, that friendship that they had. So at some point maybe she's gonna give up Alicent, and who is gonna blame her for that? If at some point she's giving up on Rhaenyra, on that friendship, when Rhaenyra, she pushed her away so many times, it would be logical, you know, for Alicent to give up on it. We'll see. I would love for these two to stay friends, you know, to be friends again. But I'm not that optimistic, you know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these episodes earlier, sooner during the day, and with an extended or reaction part, because it's 1 hour episode. The extended reaction part is really longer, like 10 minutes longer. It's the best way to support me. But still, if you're not interested by these advantages on my Patreon, you have a direct donate link now that I just created that you can find on the description. And I have a TikTok also now. I'm trying stuff, okay guys? Don't blame me, I'm trying stuff. I put one, you know, one TikTok about House of the Dragon that was fun, and some people, you know, appreciated it. So if you can be interested, why not? let's go for this episode 4.
And hello, my sweet lady. Inside, it is situated most beautifully.
The choice of music is interesting. It's a reinterpretation of the Red Wedding? No?
The man is older than my father.
No.
It's unseemly for him to put himself forward as a contender for my hand.
You're too young.
I'm now a child, my princess. Ours is a bond that has long endured.
Rhaenyra, please can you respect him and not stop him?
The Blackwoods truly turned the tide on that one.
Your day shall be easy and life safe under my protection.
Protection? The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Can you shut the fuck up, you, and leave the place? Rhaenyra.
What does happen next? To leave and go to supper.
You're not respectful.
I would happily row myself back to King's Landing to brought an end to this ridiculous pageant.
Good job, boy. Good job. Wait. Rhaenyra, you were not respectful. You were encouraging that guy. Daemon. You're determined, like always. The fact that she's working with him. The crown. I appreciate it.
You also call yourself king?
Once we smash the triarchy, they name me King of the Narrow Sea. But I know that there is only one true king, Your Grace. My crown and stepstones are yours.
And at the same time you seem honest. If fought well for you is your brother. Okay, he's mocking you a little, but come on.
The realm owes you a great debt, brother.
Would you like to see the tapestries?
Alicent, you're sweet, but come on.
I don't see him.
Oh, well then you should not deprive yourself.
I shall enjoy the night.
You're supporting her, defending her, but in an hidden way. And you appreciate her attitude. Come on.
It is rare for girls in this realm to get a choice between two suitors, no less two score. They only want my name and my Valyrian blood for their offspring.
Also.
I think it's rather romantic. How romantic it must be to get imprisoned in a castle and need to squeeze out heirs. I find I have a few friends, baby.
She needs you.
I'm still the Lady Alicent, but all anyone sees when they look at me now is the Queen.
You are?
I've missed you too.
Oh girls, thank you for that.
C'est là você un álbum. Imagina que é no remédio de cantor de
The necklace that you offered.
I do suppose you seem changed by your adventures. Mature bags.
You've matured yourself these last 4 years, Princess.
Vale suit. E din de mare o suit de la saga costas. Apre suit for jutsus.
Erixus Jalen, Nike, Nuo.
Abrasilis or his biaristas.
Talking about his wife?
Una no jadaranne applicado recetas. Parseri morcacodas. En cos vuestros potilundaur.
I was gonna say it, still it was real.
Zubos glasilum gelundaur. Necrobos glasilum.
He is an overproud man, to be sure, Your Grace. That pride has been injured. Perhaps we can
By offering Rhaenyra, maybe, you mean?
Corlys is said to have engaged in negotiations with the Sea Lord of Bravos. He plans to wed his daughter Laena to the Sea Lord's son.
How old is she now?
We would have to seek our own marriage back.
Said it. Knew it. But you're around the table now. You know she's not serving the wine anymore. Alicent. A map to find a treasure? A way to escape.
Where are we going?
That's the question. He wants you to love life, the world, the real world. Yes, that one also, I think.
Leave us. All of you.
You have a far kinder touch than they do.
Thank you, husband.
A girl! His heir!
That's what you wanted her to see, Daemon.
The brother, the daughter, or the little princeling of 3. But would she make a powerful queen, or would she be feeble?
That's what they think of you.
Rhaenyra cannot. A conqueror's name.
That she's
And
weak.
a cock.
Mech.
There was of no consequence.
Don't be so sure of yourself. And you accepted your fate, Daemon? Truly? And you know, if we had a parallel between the king and Daemon during the last episode, clearly this episode is to have a parallel between Alicent and Rhaenyra. She's a queen, but she's married to a sick king, a sick old king. She's all alone, she's bored.
Pardon me, Your Grace.
What?
The king has requested your presence.
It's for what I think? You know, your night duty? Oh, she's really happy to go to meet him. Let's go for a blurry moment! We knew it, and I'm saying it since the beginning that she's not happy about that wedding being forced to marry the king. Okay, she has some feelings, some compassion for him, but that's all. To do that, some of you, you know, in the comments you were like, oh, she's fond of him. Daemon, where are you taking her?
What is this place?
It's where people come to take what they want.
You know that she's not married, that she's still pure, a virgin? And again, a new parallel. Her, she's not taking any pleasure and she forced to be with.
Yes, but that doesn't stop us from doing more than one. Sometimes doing more.
When clearly you want to be with Daemon and you're taking pleasure. It's your uncle! Remember? No? We knew it since the beginning, come on. Ooh, someone saw her. That was a good parallel between these two. The duty, the pleasure, but also she's forced to do that, she's already married. Something which is not real love, something which is really passionate.